of young people's votes is just as good as the quality of the older voters. I won't need to revisit the idea that 16 and 17-year-olds can legally marry, fight for and have sex with their MPs, but they can't vote for them. I won't bother to frighten you with the risks of not giving young people a voice, with disaffection and disengagement, with lack of faith in our political system, with seeking a voice elsewhere through gangs, through crime, through extremism and through revolution. No, I'm not going to do any of that, simply because you've heard it all before. So why has nothing changed? Simple. There is not the political will. Those in power do not want another group to win, who speak in languages they don't understand, who operate on social media platforms they've never heard of. And young people like to change things, including the people who lead them. And so they won't give us the vote, not unless we, the UK Youth Parliament, make it happen. And therefore, I'm going to ask you one question, and one question only. And each of you will need to decide, how do you wish to be judged by your children and the future generation when they look back at your decision today? Let me give you some context. Who would say this about women getting the vote? Oh yes, women would be neglecting their homes if they came into the Commons. It would be cruel to drag them into the political arena, to ask them to undertake responsibilities which they did not understand and which they did not care for. Now, who would say this? I'll tell you. 112 years ago, Sir Samuel Evans, MP for Mid Glamorgan, and Sir Randall Kramer, Liberal MP for Hackney, who presented the argument on this very spot. Now, how do we judge this kind of view now? Sexist, arrogant, ignorant, and prejudicial. So, we stand here at yet another crossroads in the UK's democracy. How do you wish to be judged by the future generations? Don't vote for arrogance, don't vote for ignorance, don't vote for prejudice, don't be judged by the future generation for depriving us, the youth, of a voice. And yes, you've heard it all before, but this time, let's make a real difference. Let's engage our youth, let's lobby our MPs, and let's make Votes for 16 our national campaign. Thank you.
In a moment, my friends, I shall call the Speaker for the opposition to this motion, and I invite you to give that person an equally warm and acclamatory reception. But I do just want to say this. As you know, in the chairing of the proceedings of the House of Commons on a day-to-day basis, the Speaker is required to be an umpire, not a player. I am independent of, unconnected with, owing no allegiance to, expressing no support for any political party, and I take great care when matters are debated by members of Parliament not to express my own views in the chamber, and indeed even outside the chamber I have to take considerable care in what I say. But I just want to say two things. First of all, I'm impartial between the parties, but I'm not impartial about Parliament, and I'm not impartial about the quality of representation and the force and significance of top-notch advocacy. And Alex, what we've just heard from you, whatever you think, and I think most of you agreed with Alex, in terms of speech-making and self-assurance and logical thread and formidable delivery, was quite simply a brilliant speech. A brilliant speech.